So lately, I've been referencing PMG in the various reactions I give on this channel more and more, and I was trying to figure out why that happens. Because for me, I already love to reference other artists and songs to like whatever I may be listening to in the current moment. Like if, for example, if there's a section of a song or a melody or rhythm that is at all familiar to me in my existing mental catalog of music, I will reference the band or artist that I love. I mean, it is just the way I am. I guess it's sort of love language, and PMG has been coming up a lot in my commentary. And I was trying to figure out why this was the case, looking for some kind of pattern, right? And I think where I've landed is anytime I hear something very atmospheric, but atmospheric in the sense that it feels like we're in a sort of different biome of Earth, a place that we haven't quite inhabited before or conceived of, that's often where PMG will come to my mind. Or if additionally there are like sound effects of what seem to be birds or sirens, I feel like I notice that a lot in PMG's music. I will also reference them in that context. Either way, they are always on my mind, so I'm excited today to be doing another double reaction to the Metheny Group. We're going to start with Something to Remind You, and then we'll check out Red Sky. Before we dive in today, a massive thank you to Matthew the Fearless for his generosity and the selections for us. Now, let's jump into it. I mean, if I heard this in a non-PMG song, I am referencing PMG. Absolutely. Oh. Okay, this is exactly what I wanted to hear right now. Juicy tempo. And the chords are nice. It's so interesting how the guitar has been blending into the keys. Somehow he got the tone of the guitar to match precisely the keys. Wow. Now the parallel melody in the xylophone. Wow. I feel like this is the perfect song for like a destination travel ad. Oh. We have a lot of cool textures going on here. In the rhythm and the guitar, in the synths and the chimes. Interestingly, like as I'm like unpacking this album cover with all of the different elements here, it's a collage, right? It's almost how I would describe some of this music as we listen. It feels like a collage of all of the various components. When I talk about texture, I oftentimes think of the smoothness or the rigidity, all of the shape of the sound waves that each of the instruments provide. And as you can imagine, each of those sound waves are going to look substantively different from one another. But when weaved together in this sort of musical tapestry, you can kind of create a collage. It's what I'm seeing visually. It's kind of how I feel about the music. But there are still like elements that are the main focal point of the collage in this case. Whenever I get my own house, who knows, in 40 years when I can afford it, I will be cooking in the kitchen late night listening to this. Beautiful. Just matching the melody and the vocals. Oh. Wow. Chills right in that moment. I feel so warm. How many instruments are in this? I certainly lost count. It's like anywhere between like 15 and 45. It's just so much going on. Such complex arrangements. You know, I don't know why I'm reminded, well, not reminded, I guess, why my brain is like, this would be the perfect song to listen to if I'm ever in like Machu Picchu. I've never visited South America before. I don't know why that thought enters my brain. I'm such a big fan of PMG. It's so uncanny the consistency that they have in their sound. And I know that I'm immediately going to refute myself by saying consistency because so much of their discography is just is just completely different places in the musical world. It's just the talent that they have that brings it all together within a song that to me gives it the PMG signature. Like, it could be a stylistically different track. It could be one that feels more melancholic even, or if we lean more into the guitar work, it really doesn't even matter which knob we turn up or down, because the set of knobs that we have, if you why did I start down this way? All of the possible variables to consider when we think of PMG, you just turn these knobs up or down depending on what song we're in, but that collection of knobs, now that I'm using it, hopefully there's more context for it, that collection is an N of 1. No other group uses the same set of knobs like PMG do. That's why no one else can reproduce a sound like PMG have so consistently. They can kind of find the PMG sound in little moments, but it's only a moment. PMG, you enter that moment and it is just the entirety of the universe right laid before your feet. Universes that we may be familiar with, but mostly ones that we're unfamiliar with. I love how I can just float as I listen, you know? It feels like if we are no longer in our corporeal forms and floating in space, trying to just discover what's out there with with physics not being a factor and you're not bound by anything. This is the kind of music that might play. Let's check out Red Sky. The swelling of that. I mean, to me, by like the 10-second mark, this is established already as a PMG song. Like, I wouldn't need you to tell me that it's PMG to know it. That's how identifiable their sound is. Whoa. Those are the subtleties that like help you remember that, man, these dudes are virtuosos. And they don't even turn the volume up on it. They don't make it a mainstay. The brilliance just comes and goes because it's so abundant for them. The bass is nice in this. I love how intensity, it takes on a whole new meaning with these guys. Wow, how are we climbing still? It just goes. These little melodic pivots. Wow. Even the delay effect on some of these notes, you can hear it like echo and dissipate. They just keep tossing in these gems. I gotta go back. Phrasing is just unrivaled. It's so different. So good. The solo is incredible. we're getting the fade. Oh, don't be over. No. Dude, they do it again. PMG do it again. They don't know when to quit. They don't know when to when to stop being good. It's just too. It's just in their veins. They're too obsessed with being amazing at what they do, which no one else does. Oh my god. There's two very specific things I wanted to say. Hopefully, I will remember the second thing because I do remember the first. The first thing I wanted to say is I love the moments where they're singing along with the melody, because the melodies are so unique. Like I said, there's a lot of pivoting that's happening between scales even. Not even a transposition necessarily where you just increase or decrease the key. It literally is like a shift, an augmenting, at least a mode. There's something music theory land happening that makes the pitch not obvious, and when it's hit, it just really defies expectation, but works. And the fact that they can sing along to these really unique pitches, that to me is more impressive in some senses, because I feel like when I'm like noodling around on my instrument, I can justify every single note just given like an external context. If I just like construct the scaffolding around the melodic line I play, then it's all possible. It is hard to do that scaffolding, that construction process, but it can be done. I just don't know how like the brain starts to conceive of these ideas that exist so out of the norm for most vocalists, for most just musicians in general, and they're able to sing it so easily, you know? Like, anytime I've had to, like, sing a mode, for example, I struggle to find the exact intervals, and I'll be a little bit flat here or a little bit sharp there because I'm so accustomed to the Ionian scale or the Aeolian scale, and deviations in different places from there, even if that's where you start, you end up somewhere else. It is very hard to manage. So that's the first thing I say. Impressed by their vocal ability. Second thing I want to say is it feels like the way that they write songs, it's almost like one stream of consciousness. Like, for example, the song Red Sky, 7 minutes 35 seconds long. It almost feels like before, in the studio, before doing anything, they just played for 7 minutes 35 seconds straight, like one of the instruments at the very least, and just constructed this entire melody with no hiccup, because it feels like there's just no interruption in the flow. It is just constantly moving like a stream of water, and all of the notes, they make sense given where we came from and where we end up. It is just flowing. Is there a better way to put this? It just feels like the perfect thing. There's not a section that feels out of place. That's why it feels like they just had a melody in mind. They thought of it. They let the melody like become whatever it did throughout. They're jamming their improvisation to the main motif, the song built, and then that's how they generated the idea. I don't know. The anecdote I will give here before we just end the reaction. Anytime that I've come up with some of my favorite melodies, it has just been when I, riff for like 15 minutes straight, and it'll be like a pocket of like 3 to 5 minutes, or potentially longer. It depends really on how the playback of the jam sounds to me, but I may play 15 minutes worth of material, and like 3 minutes of it just gold in my ears. And then I say, okay, let me take what I had in those 3 minutes and expand on that, and then see where that takes me. It's almost like they did some version of that, but instead of like the 15-minute to 3-minute reduction, they just nailed it off rip. 7 minutes 35 seconds in, 7 minute 35 out. I think out of the two songs today, Red Sky was my favorite. God, the highs were so high in this one, weren't they? We just kept stair-stepping our way up. Oh, it has everything. It has everything you'd want, honestly. Let me know what your thoughts are on the reaction today on these two tracks, PMG in general, or just something for the algorithm. But that's all I've got for you. If you'd like to request a reaction yourself and supporting the channel, you can hit the first link in the description box below. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.